This is Kugan Cassius for iFilm London. We're at the Renaissance Hotel in Manchester for a benefit dinner for this man on my right, Kieran Farrell. Kieran, I suppose it's the one dinner you didn't really want in your career, isn't it?
Oh, it's the one dinner what everyone's going to get, but it's like I say, it's coming 20 years too soon for me.
Obviously, it's been a few months since your fight with Crawler. What's been going through your head for the last few months trying to get over this?
At first, I was in my bed. I was in my bed. You know, I'd let me out after 5 days in intensive care, and I was in my bed for 5 weeks. And I really did believe that I would have been fighting again, Kugan. I really believed that. I was talking about moving up a weight, talking about fighting this person and that person. You know, and when then I started round about Christmas time, I was there thinking I'm not going to tell them I'm not allowed to fight again, and then obviously I got the news mid-January that I wasn't allowed to fight again. So you know, it's like I say, after what's happened last week with Michael Norgrove, you know, I'm happy to be here talking to you. You know what I mean? I really am, and I've got a benefit dinner. You know, I feel a really lucky man.
Going back to the fight, what do you actually remember from fight night? Do you remember anything at all?
I remember round 1 to round 10, and then just before the decision was announced, and then I collapsed, and then I don't remember anything really after that. I was having a little. My brother reminds me of stuff, but I remember it was weird. How weird's this? You know, I thought it was like a Rocky movie. I was telling myself while it was happening to me, it's like a Rocky movie, this. And he said to me, "We need to cut your shorts, Kieran." I said, I was there like that because there was soaking, like, and he said they need to cut my shorts, and I went cut away, like, and I thought it was some Rocky movie. I really did think I was in a Rocky movie. You know, it's mad, but you know, it's like I say, I'm happy to be here.
When things like this happen, obviously the medical staff on the night always get called into question. It's a natural thing to happen. What have you got to say about that? Well, you know, how did you think that their part of the operation for the night went? You know,
there was a few faults here and there, but you know, they've saved my life. You know, I can't thank them enough. And you know, Dr. Lamsey, he was the doctor at ringside. There was a Scottish doctor as well. I forgot his name. I don't want to disrespect him about his name, but you know, like I say, they've saved my life. So I can't thank them enough.
So obviously you had that little bit of a gap between the fight night and from when you found out you weren't going to box again. So I mean, that day must have been the worst day for you, surely.
Yeah, when they told me that I couldn't box again, I remember I rang Dave Colwell first, I rang John Breen first, and I rang Dave Colwell, and like I say, I was, to be honest, I couldn't get my head around it. I was just saying, like, yeah, I'll just repeat what they said, and he went, yeah, we're going to do this benefit dinner for you and all that, and you know, because I think they already knew that they were going to tell me that I couldn't box again, but like I say, you know, it's still hard to get my head around today, you know, because I'm here today in full health and all that, and I feel like, you know, I was watching Anthony Crawler, Darren Matthews the other day, and I was saying, oh, I'll do this and do that, you know what I mean, but it's like I say, I can't fight again, so, you know, it's unfortunate, but, you know, I'm lucky I'm here.
A few people were also suggesting, quite idiotically really, that you shouldn't have even be put in a ring with Anthony Crawler in the first place, and were sort of putting some of the blame towards your promoter Dave Colwell. So what would you say to that?
No, they're wrong. You know, Dave Colwell, I've been asking for big fights since day one. You know, I was 4-0 and I was asking to fight Jamie McDonald, like, you know what I mean? And I'm a big fan of Jamie McDonald's now, you know what I mean? And if I went sign with Dave Colwell and stuck with Jamie McDonald after my 4th fight, then, you know, there would be questions asked and stuff like that. But, you know, I believed that I was ready for the test. I was 14-0. You know, I was a lad in a rush, and you know, I wanted to get to the top, and you know, Dave did what he thought was right, and Crawler was on the way down, I was on the way up. You know, we met halfway, and you know, I still think I won the fight. You know, I'll have it again.
You're 22, so like you said, your career didn't really get going. You know, you had 14 or 15 fights.
Yeah.
Was it even 16 fight? Was that your 16th fight? 15th fight. So, you know, there's always going to be a question on your behalf of, you know, what you could have accomplished, what you could have achieved. Well, so
it's like to the day. I wake up today and I think if I had a blemish on my record or not, you know, at the end of the day, I do believe we're going to be world champion, and still to the day. You know, obviously I'm devastated that I cannot show everybody that I was going to be, but I know for a fact, you know, nobody who was as dedicated as me. You know, I put 150% into it, and shown on the night. You know, my work rate was second to none. I was throwing 200 shots around. You know, I've never seen that done before.
Well, what's the plan for you now, Kieran? Obviously, I know you were talking about your gym and things like that. So, you know, what's your plan for the foreseeable future?
Well, I have to thank Spencer Oliver, because Spencer Oliver, I was a bit depressed, and it was 10 o'clock in the morning. Everyone knows I used to be out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning running the streets, but I was in 10 o'clock in the morning. Spencer said, get your ass out of bed, and he said, you know, go and talk to this person who was on about renting this unit to, you know, to do a gym. So I did that, and that's what I'm doing now, you know. And my good friend Gary Doherty's secured me some public speaking to schools and stuff like that, you know, sharing my story really, you know. And I mean, I've got a pretty mad story for a 22-year-old, and you know, I like to share it, you know, I like to talk about it.
22 or 27?
27.
22.
Yeah.
22. Have you considered about going into the American rap game?
Yeah, well, I'll do a bit of spitting for you now if you want me to.
We're ready if you want to just go. Yeah.
If I can't do it only, I can't better.
You know what? If American producers are watching that, I'm sure you'll be signed up in the morning.
Well, that's what I think. But you know, it's one of them things, isn't it? So I ain't got the opportunity.
Listen, you've been called in there, so we're going to cut this interview short. Thank you very much for talking to us. And listen, whatever you do from there, you know, we wish you the best of luck. And you know, you seem in good spirits, but you know.
Yeah, nice one, Kugan. And I'm sure I'll see you in the future anyway, as an Hall of Fame trainer, you know.
No problem, no problem. It's Kugan Cassius with Kieran Farrell here at the Renaissance Hotel in Manchester for iFilm London. Thank you very much.